Hello everybody, I'm just here making a new tier list for the new pets that came out in the historical event yesterday. And we're quite one of the best looking ones. Just mainly because I do like dinosaurs, so of course they're something really unique, something we got ancient pets now, so that's amazing. And of course some of them are going to be very good, some of them are going to be a little off, and some might be very bad. But anyways, let's just get started and let me just show you guys quickly how I have this set up. So we have 4 tiers, the last one being not good, the second one decent, third really good, and first a must have. All right, so let's start off in the bottom. So we got the Stegosaurus. Stegosaurus is obviously it's just an ant. It's a blue ant, but weaker. And it is better than the red one, so if you don't have a red one, so you can keep it. It has some uses, right? It still duplicates, it still has its thing, so it still has something. But it's just because there's another pet that does it better, it deserves to be in the bottom spot. And I would say the only thing that has potential is that if you have bone blossom with it, and then you can potentially increase the value with that, maybe double it, but the likelihood of that happening is kind of slim unless you have a whole stack of them, which it's really possible. It's very easy to get these pets anyways, especially the legendaries. You can really easily get armies of all of them if you know like how to grind the method. But yeah, sadly it's gonna have to be in the bottom of the list. But now moving on to the decent list, we have Raptor. I mean, it's okay. I would put it in the bottom too with the Stegosaurus, but the reason why I put it in decent is because it can be able to give a chance to mutate your crops that is harvested with amber, and amber is really good. Amber will give it a nice good boost of 10x, and of course it would be a lot better the more raptors you have. And like I said, it is a little easy to get multiple of them since it's one of the more common ones. But the reason why I put it on decent and not really anywhere higher is because it will miss out on a lot of value. Because apparently I didn't really know this either, but amber can age, and whenever it ages, the value of the mutation increases by dramatically. So here on the wiki, we have the normal amber, which is 10x. And then it says right here, after an unknown amount of time, amber will age into old amber. And instead of 10, it doubles to 20. But this is one last one. Then this 50x, same thing, after unknown amount of time, old amber will become ancient amber. Yeah, this is like some Pokemon type of thing, which is crazy. It has like 2 evolutions on that. So yeah, but I'm pretty sure that only applies to plants that are not harvested. And since, of course, it can only just do the first stage, it misses out on a lot of value. But because it can potentially increase the value of your crops, no matter what it is, it's really good. I said it's really good. And top it off, you have a little bit of speed too, but the speed is not all that useful because you're teleporting all over the game anyways. Probably only useful maybe for like the harvest event, where being fast as you possibly can be is good to be able to save up time. But that's all about it for this one. All right, next up to the 3rd tier, we have really good. And for this one, we got the pterodactyl. I know it might not seem very impressive, but the fact that it can give guaranteed win strikes is amazing. And of course, same thing, if you know, pterodactyl, let me just get rid of it. Pterodactyl, triceratops, raptor, and stegosaurus, they're all very easy to get and to be able to make a whole army of all of them. So let me just put that there. And if you have a whole army of these, it's very good to be able to grind Windstruck and maybe potentially Twisted too, because it does 2 mutations, Windstruck being the guaranteed every 10 minutes, but it can do 2 every 10 minutes if you can win the 50% chance for the Twisted. And it's really good, especially have this little guy right here, the butterfly, to be able to help you mutate your crops into rainbows and increase the value of it by a lot. But of course, this is just my opinion. Maybe with butterfly, maybe that's why it's up here. But it can be in the decent because the mutations is not impressive, you know, compared to like the parrots that has their exclusive mutations. But yes, it's up to you guys if you feel like it should be a little lower than that. But yes. All right, now moving on to the really good, we got Triceratops. Okay, hold on, let me explain. I know it's bad, maybe it should be in the decent tier because it has some use, but it's not overall impressive. But the reason why it's up here is for one good reason. It's because it does the same job as a frog, but the frog is not good though. So why is it still up here? Because there's a certain method that I'm sure a lot of you guys are familiar, which is a method where they use one frog and the rest would be mooncats or toucans, and with that method it will be able to help them drastically increase the size of, let's say, sugar apples, the traveler fruits, and sun coil. And with the sun coil, it has gotten a little popular because there's a certain person that be able to got their sun coil. There was a certain person that got their sun coil as big as a map, probably bigger than the whole garden map, and it was sold around 300 trillion for that one sun coil. It's impressive, amazing. I was like, wow. So yeah, and not many people were able to get the full potential of it. I mean, you can still do it without it, but with the frog, it just helps a lot more to speed up the process. And not many people had access to the frog because it was only happened to like they only showed up in the lunar event. There was a small chance to get it in the harvest event, but it was a small chance because you need the rare egg first if you can get lucky to get that, and you need to get lucky again to get the frog. But now this just replaces it completely. It's, maybe you can say it's better too. Just for that, I know it's not the best reason to put it up here, but it's just because it feels a nice spot into one of the biggest like methods to make money. I think it deserved the spot up here. And now moving on to the last but not least, the must-have tiers, and of course you guys already know which ones are going to be up here. So first one we have is the Brontosaurus. Okay, the Brontosaurus doesn't sound too impressive, but if you think about it, the ability to increase the size and weight of your pets is amazing. And the reason why I say that is not just so they can look, you know, cool because of the size, but the size can actually help increase or improve the ability of your pets. It can decrease the timer of their abilities. It can also increase the chances of, let's say, like a disco bee is like 15% to be able to apply a mutation, but if it was bigger, let's just say instead of 15 it goes to 20% thanks to the size that it gets. And the more you have, the bigger they can be. But sadly there is a limit cap to 30% only if you even have more than 6 Brontosaurus to begin with already, but still there is a little bit of a drawback. But even with 30% cap, it's still amazing. And oh yeah, also it doesn't affect other Brontosauruses somehow for some reason, so that's a little sad, but it is what it is. But now, last but not least, the myth, the legend, the myth, the dino himself, T-Rex, obviously is up here. The only divine pet in the game that came out from the event, and it's incredible. The ability is incredible. You can it's pretty easily better than a fox. Being able to copy and spread a mutation that it eats to 3 other plants every 20 minutes is amazing. It's amazing. And it doesn't require you to AFK in a public server, risking your garden, which is a whole new level. It's incredible. It's incredible. It's more safer, it's more flexible, you know, it's just a lot better. It's just better in every way. And also there might be one thing I'm concerned about. I don't know if it's true or not, because it says it consumes a mutation. I don't know if that means does it eat it to be able to spread it to 3 plants, meaning you get 2 extra, or does it just copies it and you get 3 extra? But either way, it doesn't completely get rid of it. It just technically multiplies it and just spreads it around. So maybe like the more T-Rexes you have, the more, like, you know, the kind of like a virus, right? It just multiplies, right? It gets rid of it, but it just multiplies, and eventually it will come back to that same plant. But yeah, it's amazing, especially about octopuses. Ooh, oh my god, no, you're suffering in success. You're set for life with this. But yeah, I mean, this is just my opinions for these pet tier lists for the new ones we got in today, or yesterday, I mean. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about the pets' abilities, and maybe which ones might be higher or lower, or which ones is your guys' favorite pets. Or maybe if I missed something, please let me know in the comments. I appreciate every single word of advice. And please don't forget to like and subscribe, because I will be continuing to make more of these. Alright, I hope you guys have a good one. Okay, bye bye.